Welcome to Back to the Futures, the official podcast of the FCBL. My name is Matt Sottile, and I am here with my co-host, Owen Shadrick. Owen, it's great to see you, and I'm super excited to launch this series together.
I'm excited too. This is my second year with the league, and I'm excited to launch this podcast and expand our media horizons.
And the FCBL will be celebrating their 10th anniversary this season. It's an exciting year for the league, and we're going to try to give you some exclusive insights and access to returning players, coaches, GMs, other team representatives, and we will be releasing episodes of this series on Monday and Thursday each week before the start of the season. And we hope to be with you all summer long, having players on to talk about their performance and keeping you updated on what's happening around the FCBL. And for our first episode, we had an awesome interview with Lawlor, the returning league MVP. We talk a variety of topics, including his standout 2019 campaign, how he's been staying in baseball shape despite the recent shutdown, his Yankees fandom, and what walk-up song he's considering for this summer. But before we get to that, Owen, you have some exciting news to share about a brand new sponsor that will be integrating their technology into the FCBL this year.
I do. We're excited to announce a brand new partnership this season with Changeup, a cutting-edge, player-centric tracking solution promoting health and safety, allowing coaches to capture and analyze a proprietary set of performance analytics and helping pitchers maximize their potentials. Coming to baseball programs around the world this year, Changeup eliminates the administrative overhead associated with adhering to pitch count regulations, allowing coaches to focus on baseball. Coaches and parents at all levels, Little League, AAU, high school, and the collegiate level, take notice. Changeup is the clear choice to ensure your pitchers aren't being thrown too much or too often and are getting proper rest. Together, we can make this great game even better by protecting arms and ensuring compliance with pitching guidelines. For more information, visit Changeup's website, www.changeup.io. That's www.change-up.io. Changeup, every pitch counts.
We're excited about our new sponsors, Changeup, so shout out to them for making this podcast possible, and we're excited to see what technology they bring to the league this year. And now, to our interview with Lawlor. Welcome to the Back to the Futures podcast. My name is Matt Sottile. I'm joined alongside by Owen Shadrick, and we now welcome on a very special guest. It is our first guest in podcast history. He's the 2019 FCBL MVP. It is Lawlor from the North Shore Navigators. Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
We're doing very well, thank you. So, Sean, on the day that we're recording this, it's been over 2 months since everything shut down following the outbreak of coronavirus. How have you been staying in baseball shape, and have you been able to replicate much of your training regimen since the baseball season ended back in March?
Yeah, I mean, now that everything's starting to reopen down here in Florida, like I'm able to go to the gym now and go out to parks and hit in the cages. Before that, my garage was my weight room, is where I basically did all my lifting. And then I had buddies who had cages in their backyard. That's how I would go hit or throw. And so I would just contact them and say, hey, you think I can come over and hit with y'all? And they'll be like, yeah, come on over. So that's before everything started reopening, that's really the way I would get all my baseball stuff done.
Yeah, awesome. Glad you kept busy. So before everything opened, obviously you mentioned that Florida was kind of reopening. Did you develop any new skills or hobbies that kept you busy during quarantine?
I've been watching a lot of Korean baseball since that's the only type of live baseball that's been on lately. So I've been recording it before I go to bed, and I just wake up every morning to watch it, because that's literally before all that, I would just watch baseball. That's all I would do in my downtime. So now that at least there's some live baseball going on, I'm doing that now. But I mean, it's not much I've been doing new lately. I've been for sure working out a lot, because I'm oh, should I go lift? I'm should I go downstairs and do a workout? It's yeah, I might as well, since it's right downstairs. So I mean, the good thing about it is I've gained about 10 pounds since the pandemic really started, so which is a good thing. But other than that, I've been kind of a lot of baseball people becoming a fan of Korean baseball.
Do you have a favorite team, or you're just watching whatever games you can get your hands on?
I don't really have a favorite team. The team that I like watching the most is the NC Dinos. That's like the one team I kind of like watching. I think they're the best team in the league. So that's like the one, because they're always on all the time too, the NC Dinos. That's like the one team, but if I had to pick a team, it'd probably be them.
I like it. So on the note of staying in Florida and being from there, your school, Flagler College, this year, as we mentioned before the season shut down, you led them in runs scored, triples, home runs, and walks, and you were second on the team in OPS, doubles, RBIs, total bases. I mean, the list goes on, and you were really a machine this year for them. Where did you feel like you were at in terms of finding your stride in the course of the season? And, you know, how tough was it to find out that going into the heart of your season that it was going to be shut down early?
Yeah, like throughout the season, I had like my ups and some of my downs, and that's how every season goes. And like I started, like I was in my down point, and then I started getting back to myself in the past couple of games before the virus hit. And I remember when we found out was we were on our way to North Georgia. It was our longest drive. We were playing Young Harris, a team in our our conference, excuse me. And we're about halfway there. It's like a 10-hour drive up there. So we're about 5 hours in, and we just start hearing all like schools around us, and then the SEC starts canceling their sports, and the NCAA cancels everything. And we're like, looks like we're not going to have a season, but we have to drive all the way up there anyway, because our conference was having a call the next day. So we had to stay the night there and wake up next morning, find out our season's canceled, and drive all the way back. So, I mean, like finding that out was awful because it sucked, because that was the last time I ever got to like be around those guys, really, like on that 10-hour bus ride. And then like, I mean, the good thing about it was like, obviously it sucks that the season ended, because we were on a little bit of a downslope, but then we started winning a couple games and we started getting hot. And I knew we were going in, that's like you said, we were going to the heart of our schedule, like a lot of conference play. And I knew we were going to be really good this year. And it just sucked that that's the way it had to end. But the good news is at least I do get an extra year of eligibility, which is nice. But the sad part is like I graduated, and so Flagler doesn't have a graduate program. And so I put myself into the portal because I thought it was just the best thing, because I wanted to go try and get more education for myself. And so when I put it in, Derek January, our new owner for the Navigators, saw that, and he's a great dude. He's the one who brought me to the Navigators last year. And he helped me through that process, and he got me in contact with Maine. And I really liked the coaching staff up there. And so they helped me out financially as well. And so they helped me out with educationally wise. So I decided to go to Maine for my last year, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And on the note of grad school, are you going to be doing a post-grad program there, or will you be kind of hanging tight until the spring when baseball season starts back up again?
I will be. I'm going there I was a marketing major at Flagler, and business minor. So I'm going to stay in the business area. I'm going to try and pursue my MBA over there. So first I'm probably going to get like what they call a grad certificate there. I'm going to do that. And then successfully doing that, I'm then going to try and pursue my MBA while I'm there. So yeah, I'm going to be basically a full-time student for both semesters there.
Yeah, awesome. And I mean, you talked about Florida, and now obviously going to Maine. You've played in a lot of states, but specifically, obviously, Mass, playing with the Navigators. How was playing summer baseball in Massachusetts? And specifically, obviously, as a member of the Futures League, you stay with a host family. What was your experience like with that host family?
Oh, it was awesome. For host family, I had this lady named Sarah, and it was just one lady. It was the best summer I ever had, especially host family wise. She was awesome. She like got groceries for me. She always made food for me. She did everything like you could ever think of in a host parent. So, and she's going to be my host mom again this summer when I come back, because I asked her if she wanted me again. She said, of course, yeah. So that's going to be fun to have her. And also the best part was she lived literally 5 minutes from Frazier Field. So like some of these guys on my team who had host families said they had like a 20-30 minute drive. I'm like, yeah, I'm right down the street. So with host family, it was a great experience. But playing in Mass, like I've had experience playing in Mass because the year before I played in the New England League with the Valley Blue Sox in Springfield. So I know, like, I didn't play in the Boston area, but I played in the Mass area. But Boston, I love Boston, even though people are gonna be upset I'm saying this. I'm a Yankees fan, so but going to like I went to Fenway like 4 times while I was there, and even though like I'm a Yankees fan, if you're a baseball fan in general, you still got to go to Fenway Park because it's one of the best fields in baseball history. So, and I got to go to a Yankees Red Sox game, which ended up bad because the Yankees lost, and I got some stuff thrown at me, but that's just how it goes.
Owen and I are Red Sox fans, so we
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from, and it's an awesome rivalry. So it's great to
Yeah.
have a side on one of those areas of the rivalry.
Yeah, but it was a great experience overall, and I can't wait to do it again. And hopefully, I know like MLB and baseball and sports in general is gonna be different this coming summer, but hopefully they can get baseball back. And because I want to watch some baseball fans or no fans still like it to have it back, you know.
Yeah, us too, man. We miss baseball just as much as the next guy. So going off of that, obviously we're going to shift our focus to kind of more Futures League directed questions. To start, how did you get in contact with the Navigators about returning, and what ultimately led to your decision to return to the team?
Well, once I found out that our season got canceled and I found out we had an extra year, I was like, I got to try and go play somewhere. And so at first, I wasn't like really thinking about the Navs. I was like, I wonder if like I can go play in some other leagues. Maybe some other leagues will let me. But I realized though, those leagues already have like their rosters full because none of us were expecting seniors to get an extra year.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to like see like what should I do? And I was just like, honestly, I totally forgot. And then I think it was about a month or so ago, Derek January contacted me. He said, "Hey, you got a home for the summer?" I was like, I got like a contact from this one team in Canada. He's like, "Don't go there." He's like, "Don't go to Canada." He said, "If you want to get like better baseball experience and you want to get like looks for maybe like pro careers, come back here." I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth. When I have a chance to play pro ball, I'll go back to the Navs. So about like mid-April, I decided to go back to the Navigators.
So you mentioned Derek January, and I just wanted to kind of chat about the Navs' new management this year, and with you coming back underneath a new staff. Have you been in touch with any of those front office people besides Derek, and how do you feel you're going to adjust and welcome that new management over in Lynn?
I haven't been in contact yet with anybody besides Derek, but like what he was telling me about our new manager, how he's been a manager for years. He was a Cape Cod League Manager of the Year, so he's got a lot of experience. So I'm excited to meet our new guy there. So I mean, it's gonna be exciting. Like I always love getting to know, like learn new stuff, especially from someone like him. So I'm excited really to meet everybody. I'm always excited to meet new people. So it's gonna be very exciting when I go back up there.
That's awesome. And just kind of in terms of the FCBL in general, what does the Futures League mean to you, especially considering that everyone's fiending for baseball to come back? And you've even seen some players like Sal Frelick who were committed to the Cape League who are now joining the FCBL again.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to you to know that you have that opportunity to potentially lace up your cleats and play baseball in the next couple months?
It's awesome. I mean, haven't face live pitching now. What it's going to be when I get up there, hopefully in 3 months. So it's always going to be weird of not seeing stuff like that for a long time. But it's going to be, I love the Futures League, man. Like it was the best, like I said, it was the best summer I've ever had. Like everyone there just treated me so well. All the teams, like not that it was really good competition too. Like a lot of this league has a lot of young guys, but a lot of these young guys, like I can watch, like I was playing with some kids this summer. Like I can tell like these kids are going to be the next big thing. And now having all these kids coming, like you said, Sal and a lot of like returning guys we're going to have coming back, like Ben Malgeri's coming back, Keegan Calero's coming back. We've got a lot of key pitchers we had last year coming back. So like we're going to be really, really good this year. And so I'm really excited about that overall. So hopefully we can have a league this year, though. That's the first thing we got to know.
Yeah, so a little bit about last year. It was quite the year for you. You ended up with a .351 batting average with 8 home runs, 15 doubles, 40 RBIs, and you were named MVP. What did it mean to you to be named MVP of the Futures League?
I mean, it was an honor, honestly. Like I've really realized the moment I realized I had a chance was, I think it was like a week left in the regular season. Like the Futures League posted like finalists for the MVP. I never realized how good I was playing until then. Like I knew I was playing good, but I like looked at my stats after that. And I was like, wow, I actually might have a really big shot at winning it. And just found. I remember how I found out. I was at at the house, laying in my bed, and Coach Odie called me. Mike Odowater calls me, and he goes, "Hey," I answer the phone. He goes, "Hey," I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "You up?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I got news for you." I'm like, "What's up?" He says, "You won the MVP." And I was still like a little like lackadaisical because I just woke up. But it was just awesome to know like all the hard work that I put in, like all the sacrifices that I put in to achieve that goal. And that also, what great thing about that is it helps you obviously get exposure to people, like to the professional level. And that helped me out too with professional, like teams started like talking to me and like that after hearing that anybody who wins the MVP in any college league, that it's like something to show for, because that's a hard thing to do. But winning that award like meant everything to me, because just like a lot of sacrifices that I put in, hard work, just showed that it paid off at the end of it.
That's tremendous. And congratulations once again on that award. We're really excited to have you back in the league this summer. Talking about your style of play a little bit, you recorded 3 triples and had 7 stolen bases last year. How do you feel your speed helps you in terms of your overall game? And do you consider having that speed, in addition to being a power hitter, just a deadly combo and one of your biggest strengths as a ball player?
I think my speed is like average. I think that's for me, but like base running wise, it's average because I can get some good jumps here and there. But like I think the thing that helps me, especially in the outfield wise, like you don't need like to. There's some guys who get away with being fast in the outfield, but like for me, like you just have to get like a good jump, like on a ball. Right when you see that ball make contact towards your waist, you gotta have a good jump. Doesn't matter if you're fast or not. If you get a good jump on it, you can catch the ball every time. So I think that's one of my strengths. Is I always have, especially in the outfit, I always have good reads on the ball, and so I always make good jumps towards the ball, which allows me to get to it without like hesitating much.
Yeah, so what kind of shifting back to the Navigators, this season they went through a bit of a rebrand in terms of the logo and color scheme of the team. Have you gotten a look at that color scheme, and what was your reaction to it when you saw it for the first time?
I thought it was pretty cool. I like the little orange in it, and then I like the Gator logo next, because that's our like mascot. Our mascot's a Gator. If you
Yeah.
ever like went to Fraser and see him walking around. And so I kind of liked it. It was kind of funny. I think the kid on our team that year, Todd, he told me that his brother did design work for that logo. I think that's what it was. I'm not 100% positive, but like if that was his brother made that logo, it's pretty impressive, because I like it a lot. And so I'm excited because like Derek was telling me like we're obviously getting like new uniforms this summer. So I'm excited to see what those uniforms look like.
Yeah, you guys had some pretty sweet blue and yellow throwback jerseys last year, so hopefully the new threads that are in store are going to be something special.
Yeah, hopefully.
So just to also talk about North Shore and just playing in front of those fans, we're obviously not sure if we're going to be playing ball or in front of fans this summer, but what is it like to play for North Shore and that group of fans? And any message to the people who might be listening to this who are excited to watch Navs baseball and hopefully have some live action in the next few months?
Yeah, like the fan base there at North Shore Fraser was awesome. Like it's not just like they want to know who you are, like they want to talk to you, they want to really get to know who you are, but they're also very loyal fans, very loyal people. Like there's probably hundreds of people that I would see at games every single home game. And we have like the one group of guys, I think they're called the Fraser Faithful, I think they're called. And they always stand like this one area, it's like right below to the left of the press box. And I mean, just to all the fans at North Shore, like I just want to say like thank you. Like you helped me bring me in, and you helped me feel very comfortable at Fraser throughout that whole summer. And hopefully we can get some fans this summer, and hopefully you can make new guys who come there this year even comfortable as me, and we can succeed this summer.
Going off of that, you mentioned the Fraser faithful and a lot of loyal fans there. What's it like to have people of all ages asking for your autograph, in like especially in a college summer league like this one?
Oh, it's awesome. Like I had this one, this father and son duo. The boy's name is Andrew, and they're both just, they come up to me all the time, would talk to me and just ask me how everything's going and how school is. Like I got an email from them actually a couple weeks ago saying congratulations, I'm committing to Maine, and hopefully, like, because they live right near Lowell, right next to UMass Lowell, and they're in Maine's conference. They're saying when you come to Lowell, we'll definitely come watch you play. And I always talked to them. They were both great people. And at the end of it, I actually gave them my signed Sailors jersey, this art throwback jersey. I gave it to the little boy Andrew to keep, signed by me. So if you're ever like a nice person to me and you're a loyal person, like I'll do whatever it is you want. I'll sign autographs. I'll give you whatever you want. That's just how I am. I'm a very generous person. If you're a nice person, I'm gonna be very generous to you. And you're kind of like a you know what sometimes, I'm gonna be like, listen, man, you got to be a nice person for me to be generous to you. But like everybody in Lynn at Fraser, they were the most generous, loyal fans I met.
So we now want to move on to our final segment. It's called Quick Hits, and it's presented by Zephyr, the official on-field hat of the Futures League. Zephyr providing high quality and innovative designs since 1993. So, Sean, we wanted to ask a couple more questions for our audience to get to know you a little better. We've had a ton of fun so far, but want to kind of dig in a little bit more. So, who has been your favorite teammate that you played with in the FCBL?
Probably, probably the favorite guy to love to be around. There's a few from last year. One guy, his name is Dom Freeberger. That boy Dom, he was my boy. The funniest dude on our team from last year was Parker Brown. He was a pitcher from Suffolk. He was the funniest dude. But I love being a lot of guys like Ben, Connor. Not Connor, Colin Wetterow. Like everybody, Cam, everybody like on the team was awesome. But like the dude I loved being around the most was Dom. I love Dom Freeberger, dude. He's my boy. Shout out to him.
And now, what is your favorite opposing ballpark in the league to play at besides your own?
Probably Bristol and the Bristol Blues before they went to the New England League. But yeah, there was some smack talking between us and them here and there. So obviously we're not going to have it this year, which sucks because it would have been nice to have a little revenge, especially since they knocked us out of the playoffs last year. But we'll see if maybe we'll find a new team this year. We'll see how it goes, but definitely Bristol.
So what is your walk-up song, whether it be in college or in the FCBL? Is there a certain song that you have or one that you're looking forward to maybe having this season?
I'm in between two right now. Like last summer and this past spring was the one I had last summer. It's called On the Way by Khalid, which was a great one. But I'm torn between two right now because my number is going to be 23 this summer for North Shore, and I might do 23 by Miley Cyrus and Wiz Khalifa. I might do that, but I'm also a big time Lil Uzi Vert fan, and I might choose a song from one of his new album from his new album. So I'm in between those right now, so it's not too sure yet.
Okay. Do you have a song or two in particular? Because I know that mixtape got a lot of attention, and he dropped a bonus version of it, a deluxe. Just to throw a couple names out there, if any fans are listening and want to kind of swing you in one direction or the other.
I kind of like Baby Pluto, Prices, probably between those two. Those are probably, and maybe Myron. Those are probably my top three from his album. So between those three.
All right. Now, you mentioned that you're a Yankees fan, but you're from Florida. Can you talk about how you became a fan and why you root for the Bronx Bombers?
So, my whole entire I was born and raised down here, but like my mom's from Jersey and my dad's is from Connecticut. So like my mom wasn't a baseball fan really. She was more of a Philadelphia fan. Her family side of Philadelphia fans, but like she's not a big baseball person. My dad grew up in Danbury, Connecticut, which is like an hour and a half outside the city. And so he went to Yankees games at their old stadium all the time. So he was always a big time Yankees fan. But other than that, Yankees are my only team I'm a fan of outside of Florida. Everything out, all other sports I'm a fan of in Florida. Like I'm a fan of the Dolphins and the Heat and the Florida Panthers and all that. So people ask me that. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, don't ask. It's confusing.
Well, hey, you even got the Jeter connection in Miami there too. So
Yeah,
Yankees
exactly.
taking over the ownership in South Beach. Going off of that, who's your favorite player in the big leagues?
Right now is Yelich, Christian Yelich. He's my favorite. Like my favorite player of all time is, like you said, is Jeter. Like he's my role model. But like my favorite right now is Yelich. I love Yelich. He's my
Do you
favorite
feel
player.
like you try to model your game after him, a fellow outfielder?
Yeah, even people even give me credit that they say I model my game after him. Which if they tell me that, that gives me even more. Like I'm like, wow, really? And like that just shocks me even more, which is awesome to hear from others.
Yeah, so keeping the questions rolling here. Any particular superstitions you have before games or before at bats?
Yeah, I got a lot. I'll tell you the ones before the game. I can't tell the ones before at bats because that's just like a thing how some of us keep. But before games, I always like run out to center. I do like some of my stretches on my own, and then I just do like a little prayer. I do a prayer before every game for myself, just to like say like Lord, like help me have a great game like always, and keep everyone safe and no injuries and all that. And before every game, so that's like my ritual pre-game. But like during game, like at bats on the field, I got a lot. And so I'll tell you one, when I'm in the field, in the outfield, before every pitch, I don't know if people like that right now because of Corona, but I always like lick my fingers before every pitch so I get a good grip. So I don't know if people will be happy about that, but that's just one thing I do in the field in particular.
Awesome. How about post-game meals? Any favorite post-game meal that you had from last year or the years past?
We always get pizza before games, so that's my favorite food. So I always get excited about that. But we always have like sometimes we have grill outs after games, like they'll grill hamburgers, hot dogs, and like grilled chicken sometimes. So that's always a nice thing to have, especially after a victory.
Yeah. Day games or night games, and why?
Uh, I gotta say, I always like night games. It's just cool playing under the lights, except that the stadium that you play at, the lights suck. Because I can tell a huge difference between like Frazier's lights and then like this season at Flagler, beginning of the year, we played at Minute Maid Park to start the season off. And so you got like I was playing there, and you could see just how big of a difference the lights are at those like those compared to like a college like collegiate stadium and then a professional baseball stadium. So it's a huge difference. But I prefer night.
And last question for you: bubblegum or sunflower seeds?
Bubblegum. I'm not a fan of sunflower seeds. Sometimes I will. I'll get in the mood, but I always chew gum.
You got a go-to brand? Big League Chew, Orbit, Trident?
I'd probably say Big League Chew. I like the grape flavor.
It's a classic. I think we all have good memories of Little League and playing with some Big League Chew.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been an awesome interview, and best of luck with everything. And we really hope to see you on the diamond this season real soon.
Thanks, guys, so much. I appreciate y'all having me. It's pretty cool to be the first guest ever on a podcast, that's for sure, but I appreciate everything.
Absolutely. 2019 FCBL MVP, returning to the North Shore Navigators, Sean Lawlor. On episode 1 of Back to the Futures, we'll have new episodes coming out for you every Monday and Thursday. Sean, thanks so much, and we'll chat soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Take care,
Sean.
man. Anytime.
No problem.